ओम सच्चिदानंद परब्रह्मा परमात्मा पुरुषोत्तमा श्री भगवती समेत श्री भगवते नमः. May the one who is all, who is in all, in whom is all, bless us to be successful, happy, peaceful, and prosperous. Dear devotees,
Today we will discuss about the Sangita Yoga, which is considered to be the easiest yoga for self-realization. Here yoga must be understood not in the sense of asanas or exercises, but the true sense of yoking our heart and mind with the soul, and yoking the soul with the super soul, and yoking our consciousness with the universal consciousness. In other words, yoking ourself with the God. That is actually yoga. And for that, the sages have always found the easiest route is Sangita Yoga. That is why there are so many saints and scholars, starting from Kabir Das, Tyagaraja Shastrihal, and so many people have realized the God through their masterpieces on devotional hymns. Now, why Vedas have recommended that we should try and realize ourselves and realize the God? Vedas have repeatedly said that you have to spiritually evolve and realize yourself and realize yourself as the God. When we say spiritual evaluation, we get very confused. We understand material growth, physical growth, financial growth, mental growth, intellectual growth. These things are comprehensible by us. But the moment we say spiritual growth, we get confused. What is meant by spiritual growth? Because we are not able to comprehend in the first place what is spirit. So, in this discussion, we will try to understand three things. What is meant by spiritual growth, and why we should achieve spiritual growth, and how we should try and achieve spiritual growth. Spiritual growth actually means expansion of our consciousness. We are very limited in our thinking process. We think of only about ourselves. Our consciousness is limited to us. In many cases, the consciousness is limited to the body. From body, it has to evolve into the psyche. From psyche, it has to evolve into the soul. If you look at the animals, it is very much limited to the body consciousness. The humans have developed to some extent mental consciousness. That also not to a large extent, but definitely to some extent mental consciousness has been developed. But we have to go beyond the mind. In fact, that is why in Tamil, that stage is called Kada Ul. You have to cross your mind. Kada Ul. Ul means Ullam, mind. Kada means cross. Therefore, you have to go beyond the mind. Therefore, mental consciousness is one level. You have to go to the next stage of your soul consciousness. Now, for achieving that, it is not difficult. We have to just expand our consciousness. We are all experiencing it, but without knowing it. Go and stand in a seashore. Without knowing, your consciousness will expand. Go and look at a mountain, or look at the sky, or look at a forest, or even just look at a tree, or just look at the birds flying. Without your knowing, your consciousness is expanding. The more your consciousness expands, the more you are able to come out of the restricted consciousness of yourself. This is what is spiritual growth. That means you have to go beyond your mental constraints, your physical constraints, your thought constraints, your limitations. Our bondage is only because we are getting limited to ourselves. So, spiritual growth is nothing but expansion of your consciousness, removal of the unwanted dirts in the mind. The 6 dirts. This is what repeatedly Vedas and Shastras are saying. Remove the dirts. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Mashariya. Only to signify removal of these 6 dirts, Subramanya has 6 phases. And by each phase, it destroys 1 dirt. And over and above these 6 dirts, we have a major dirt called ego. So we have to go beyond our ego. It is very easy to go beyond our ego. Only to submit our ego to the super consciousness, we are all praying to the God, we are prostrating, we are doing namaskar to the elders. The moment we do that, we realize that there is a super consciousness beyond us. So, spiritual growth is nothing but expanding your consciousness beyond yourself. Just trying to understand and know that we are not this limited self, limited ego. What is the advantage of expanding the consciousness? The moment the consciousness is expanded, your mind becomes very focused, less distracted. Your heart becomes very light. Therefore, you are able to look at problems in a very proper way. You are able to get proper solutions. You are able to look at problems without any fear or favor. You are able to find a solution for any problem. Solutions arise in your mind. Problems don't frighten us. That is because your mind is removed from the constraints, your heart has become light, your consciousness has expanded. The moment these things are happening, you are going to achieve material success, because in your day-to-day activity, your thinking process will be very clear and you will be able to take proper decisions which will result in material growth. But not only that, you will be able to be very relaxed. You will be able to be happy. You will be able to be contented. You will be able to be friendly. You will be able to see everybody as a part of you. There will be no enmity. There will be no jealousy. There will be no worry, because you are seeing things as it is, in its natural way. This gives you and gets you success in life, peace, prosperity, and bliss. Okay, how to achieve it? Things are very nice to hear, but how do I achieve it? There are several things, several types they have suggested. They have told that through knowledge you can expand your consciousness. They have told that through bhakti you can achieve it. They have told that by selfless action you can achieve it. They have told that by hatha yoga, that is by straining your body you can achieve it. There are so many systems they have suggested. But each of this system has a constraint, difficulty. For example, if you say you will achieve it by knowledge, you have to work very hard. Knowledge is not going to be achieved in a day. You have to work very hard on it. Lot of disciplines. If you look at Bhakti Yoga, it is easy, but then you have to still work on it. Bhakti is something you have to repose. But unfortunately, when we will say that we are having devotion, but the devotion will be devoid of faith. When any problem comes, we will say that, oh God, God is not coming to my help. And we will say that God is not going to help. So, bhakti is always having a doubtful issue. That is why in Mahabharata, there is a small story. After the Mahabharata was over, Draupadi asked Krishna, oh my friend, I was robbed of my cloth, my sari, but you did not come and rescue in time. You took such a long time to come. Is it fair on your part? Krishna said, you just visualize what was exactly happening at that time. She said that I was crying. I was trying to hold my sari to the best of my ability. Krishna said, yes, you did that. Then when I could not, I threw up my hand. Then I shouted, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna said, this exactly is the issue. You did not have belief in me in the first place, that I will come. You are trying to trust your hands more than me. That is why when you put up your hand up, saying that Krishna come, I came instantly. Therefore, bhakti is always having some issue with the faith. All of us will say that I am devoted, I trust in God and all. But in reality, it is coming with a pinch of salt. In fact, many times the mantra sadhana, it is not yielding the required result, expected results, only because that Shraddha is somewhere missing. Therefore, Bhakti Yoga is having that small issue. Karma Yoga is very difficult because it is easy to say that you should work selflessly without aiming for a particular result, and you should be like a tree, totally working for public good. Very nice. Definitely one should try, but it is very difficult to achieve. Hatha Yoga and all is not for all, and one can really harm himself. So, therefore, the sages recommended Sangita Yoga. What is Sangita Yoga? Sangita Yoga is nothing but listening to consciousness expanding, heart purifying, and mind cleaning devotional hymns. You listen to the recommended hymns and slogas and songs. You can listen to Vishnu Sahasranamam or Lalita Sahasranamam, or for that matter, there are so many devotional songs that Adi Shankara has written, Annapurna Ashtakam, Kanakathara Stotram, so many songs, or Tyagaya's so many songs, or Kabir Das songs, any song which will be overflowing with that devotion. There, you don't have to do anything. You just listen to that devotional hymns. That you will be, without knowing yourself, without doing anything, just by listening to that, your heart will be melting, your mind will be getting cleaned, and your consciousness will be expanding. That is why in our channel we are giving you so many soul-stirring devotional songs. Each of the song we select and put it to you, listen to it. You will realize yourself how your heart is melting. During that period of those listening to the songs, that time, you will not be getting worried of anything. Without knowing yourself, without taking any conscious effort, you will be participating in your consciousness expanding exercise. Keep doing it regularly, then you will see a sea change in yourself. Thereafter, as I told you in the beginning, all those good things will start happening in your life. Sangita Yoga is the easiest and the best for all the people, for all common man, for all people who are interested in spiritual growth. Only human beings can spiritually grow. An animal cannot, because they don't have that intellect. As I told you, their consciousness is limited to the body. The human birth itself we are getting only to spiritually grow. In another video, I have explained why we should do that, why God has created all these things, and how God is expecting us to evolve into an image of God. So the easiest method for self-evolution is Sangita Yoga. So please listen to the songs that we are putting it up with complete devotion. Just listen to it. Peacefully listen to it. You will see a big change in your life. All the best. Hari Om.
Dear devotees, now we are hosting the devotional hymns, songs and stotras in our Instagram page, Instagram/Atmasadhana. I am giving the link to our Instagram page in the description box below. You may click through and reach the Instagram page of ours. Here we are posting many videos, clippings, so that it will be of great use to everyone. When you hear these hymns, songs and stotras with the devotion, you will feel your mind getting cleansed, your heart melting, and your consciousness expanding. And this is perhaps the first step for your spiritual growth. And the easiest step. Here, you don't have to take any extra effort. Just you have to listen. Of course, with the devotion. Perhaps these stotras will make you to understand many things. Ideally, I would recommend that you spend 5 minutes in the morning before you start doing anything, and end of the day before you go to bed, listen to these stotras for 5 minutes. You will feel the difference, because you will be charged before you start the day, and you will be cleared of the tensions at the end of the day, and you will find that your energy is getting enhanced. You will feel the difference yourself. Very simple exercise of just listening to the devotional hymns. That is why so many hymns have been created by the rishis. They thought that by any means the humans have to be made to evolve. Many times I wonder the foresight, the seriousness, the sincerity of our rishis, how much they have worked hard to somehow uplift the human beings. The other way to participate in the Sangita Yoga is to ourselves learn and practice these hymns and songs. If you are in a position to learn and practice, you can try and do that also. But it involves time and effort, and if you can do. But people who are not in a position to do that, nothing is lost. By simply listening to this, you can draw the same benefit. I request people who are practicing the Sangita yoga by learning and singing may make a clipping of their songs and send it to us. And if found nice and useful, we will host it in the Instagram page so that it will be beneficial to all other people. I once again say that Sangita Yoga is the easiest marga for the spiritual growth. So I wish that every of our devotee try to participate in this yoga, and all that is required is to just listen to devotional hymns and songs. I am sure each one of us can do that, and I am sure each one of us will be highly benefited by this simple exercise. I pray unto Lord Rishabharuda, bless all of us to be successful. Om Rishabharuda Parabrahmane Namaha.